Hey there, I'm Katie Lemieux. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist in South Florida.
And I'm Susan Block, and I'm also a licensed marriage and family therapist.
And so welcome back to another vlog series. So thanks for joining us and checking us out. Susan and I are super passionate about working with couples, and we actually thought we would kind of share what's behind the scenes in regards to how we got started working with couples. And this is kind of going to be cool because actually Susan and I don't even know that story about each other. So we're going to be hearing this for the first time as well as you.
And this is a question we ask all of our guests that come on the show, how they got started in the field. And so I'm really excited to share how we got started in the field.
So you first or me first?
I'll go first, that's fine.
Great. So Susan, how did you get started in couples counseling?
Really, this goes back to when I was in elementary school. I was really shy, really quiet, definitely had some family issues along the way, come from a divorced family, and just kind of was always very quiet. And my mom was really intuitive and knew that I needed to get some support when I was in middle school because it became I was painfully shy. Mm-hmm. So I sought in-school therapy, and then eventually went to private practice and met with the therapist probably for over a year. And I just remember thinking when I was 11 or 12 years old, how cool would it be for me to be sitting on that side of the couch, the other side. As I'm going through this process, I was really more interested about the work that my therapist did. And I always thought about her over the years, and I think she's even still in practice today in South Florida. And so, life got the best of me, and I chose a different path and got into teaching and education and taught for 15 plus years. And as I was through teaching, I decided I wanted to go back to school and get my master's in therapy. It was something that never left. It was something I was always very passionate in. I also was always the go-to friend. All my friends, family, they would all come to me and want my advice, my opinions, my thoughts, and I always loved being on that end. So I thought, why not get paid to do something that I love? And so I decided to go back to school, got my master's, actually got to meet you. And
how many years now?
Back
2004 we graduated.
Yeah, so maybe 2001. Mm-hmm. So we've known each other a long time.
For 15 years.
Yeah, and then we reconnected when I was ready to get into private practice, and the rest is history.
Cool, good story.
Yeah.
So,
what about you?
For me, actually, why I got into therapy initially is I came from, separated homes. My parents were divorced when I was 3, and just my experience as a teen, and my parents didn't communicate, and really no one helped us through the process. And I remember being in therapy myself as a teen, and remember the experience of family therapy was just really awful. I didn't feel supported or advocated. I felt it was the therapist would invite my dad, I think, and stepmom at that time in, and it was just kind of like a reporting, and then that was it. And it just kind of felt like really technical, didn't get my voice out, nothing was working. So when I first got into therapy, my commitment was really that children have a voice in their family, that families work. And so today still I do work with teens, and I do a lot of communication exercises between teens and their parents, really helping them understand each other's perspective and working together rather than just parent-sided. How I got into couples therapy, I actually started seeing more and more couples in my practice, and I'm sitting there and just watching them, and I'm like, something is not working for me as a therapist. I didn't know how to manage their arguments and their conflicts.
I felt the same way.
I was doing a lot of solution-focused therapy, and that just did not seem to be working. And I had the opportunity to go to a training through National Marriage Seminars, who actually, my business partner, Kate Campbell, and I are very close with Chris and Lori Cambis, who are the owners of National Marriage Seminars, and we were co-sponsors of a training of theirs. And so that's where I got introduced to Gottman, which we took level 1 together. And since then, I've taken almost 7 Gottman trainings. I've taken 2 Dr. Sue Johnson trainings. And what I realized is even though I'm a very solution-oriented person in my life naturally, is I was trying to apply solutions not only in counseling, but my own relationships. So what I realized is how invalidating I was in my own relationship. I would say, I get you're upset. Now what are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Trying to fix it.
And trying to fix stuff in relationships. And I'm speaking to all of you out there. That's not the way you do relationships. And so, what is it? Size Sperling, Hair Club for Men. I'm not only a client, I'm also the president, I'm also a client. So true for me, because the beauty of our work, and I'm sure that you can agree with
definitely.
this, is that yes, I get a lot of training, you get a lot of training, but not only do we work with couples helping them, but we get to utilize it in our own relationship.
We practice what we preach.
Absolutely, and I'm constantly and consistently looking at that and shifting, and it really has altered my relationships. My relationship, I should say, but relationships overall. So I kind of fell into couples counseling, and I love it. I love couples work because it really is the essence of our life, is love, intimacy, relationships overall.
And something that I hear often when I'm working with couples is not only did it impact the relationship between the two of us, it impacts the relationship I'm having with my kids. It's impacting how I'm getting along with my colleagues at work. I used to argue all the time with my mom, and now we're getting along much better. Even sometimes the pets in the house join in and connect. I've heard that
Do they
from
start
a couple.
talking?
They communicate through love.
Gotcha. So that's just a little bit about our story, and we wanted to share that with you, and we thank you for tuning in. I'm Katie Lemieux. Find me at familyandcouplescounseling.com.
And we're always so appreciative of you watching our vlogs and our show. And I'm Susan Block, and I'm also a licensed marriage and family therapist. You can find me at coralspringscounselingcenter.com.